Hello and welcome to this Warno 1v1 game played on Airport Duel between STRYKER playing as 2nd UK, and he's going up against Spare playing as 82nd Airborne. So we'll go through the deck reviews, then we'll talk about the map, the matchup, the deployments of the game, and as always timestamps in the description. Right, so this is the deck review for Spare. He's playing 82nd Airborne. Not too much to say here. I mean, it's quite everything, a lot of the things here I agree with. First things first, so I've been telling everybody that engineers are better than engineers flash. They are if you can't micro. If you can micro, the flash is better, because the flash will just immediately suppress the crap out of everybody, and then once you've fired your 8 rounds, you run away. So it is actually worth bringing if you can pay attention to it. So the question is, can you pay attention to it? I am at the stage now where I can pay attention to it. If you can or not depends on you entirely. The alternative could be you get rid of one of your airborne. Which one? I don't know. Right. 5 points for a Dragon 2. Well, these guys have the better machine guns as well. So... But yeah, you could just try getting rid. Just try the flash, try it. But you got to pay attention. It's got to shoot. You've always got to have somebody else in front of it, and then it shoots and it bugs out. It doesn't stick around to die with its 5 HP. But yeah, try it. If you can't be bothered microing it, try the satchels. Next thing, you need the ground surveillance radar on the LRS. So, I mean, I would just get rid of one of these and bring the LRS. And then do you need 6 plus 16? Do you need 22 Sheridans? Probably not. Probably not, right? So I would just get rid of that. Gives you 3 more AP. Move over to the air tab. This thing's terrible. It really is quite bad. If you want to kill infantry, bring this. And then you'll need a seed plane. Or you can get 2 LGBTs, right? But yeah, then you can get the seed plane to protect all your other planes. You could swap this out for the LGBT if you want. But yeah, I don't know, it can be alright to bring those. 2 cards of Tow Cobra, okay. I mean, you could swap this one out for the Apache, right? And just hope for the best. Basically, you bring these out, and then after these have died, you should have killed the enemy planes, and then you bring the Apache out. The Little Bird I think's garbage, but people keep bringing it, so I don't know. It's just, I just don't see. I mean, I guess you get 7 of them, which is nice, right? It dies if 1 manpad hit. You only have 14 rockets, so you need a lot of them to get anything done. But I suppose like the Gazelle rocket is good on Britain, but that's 20 points and this is 55. Yeah, I think that's all good. I mean, you could bring this if you want, but you don't need it because you've got forward deployed AA, so... Yeah, what more is there to say? Mortars for smoke. Howitzers, because that's your best RT. 2 cards of supply you can get away with. In terms of the CVs, is there a cheaper CV option? Because, like, how many forward deployed CVs do you need? Do you know what I mean? But this is a nice squad, 12 guys with AT and smoke. But you can get 9 guys with worse AT and smoke for 55 points cheaper. Right, so maybe swap one of these out for a cheaper one. And yeah, you can bring it in the Blackhawk if you want. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Can be nice to bring aero rifles, so for 10 points cheaper than the Airborne, you get a worse AT but better machine guns, right? And, you know, well, so for 10 points, that's a decent deal. The main thing is you can bring it in the Blackhawk, and you use the Blackhawk to shoot people, which is quite effective if you've played it against, you know, 101st Airborne or whatever. So you can swap 1 card of Airborne out for the aero rifles. It can be quite useful. Yeah. Switching to his opponent's deck, we got STRYKER playing 2nd UK. 2nd UK used to be very meta. It's still decent. You still occasionally see it in the tournaments, but basically everybody bans it against me, so I don't get to play it. and like every time they ban it against me just because of historical grievances, I suppose. But I saw Pro Kami play it recently, so that's interesting. So yeah, I'll go through it tab by tab. First things first, you need more ATGMs. 3 cards of supply can work if you want to keep these firing all game and if you want a long drawn out game. But yeah, I think you need another card of ATGMs. So I would probably downvet that, and then swap this out. Because like, how many Lynx rockets do you need, really? Do you know what I mean? You could swap that out for the regular one if you want. Oh yeah, or you could just have loads of Lynx rockets, but you could delete that and get the Milan one, something like that. And then you've got, because you've only got 1 card of Rover Milans here, and this is a 3 AP slot. Harrier rocket. He's bringing the bad one. So this will fire both racks of rockets at once, and that's what makes it good. This, okay, it can be used against helicopters, but... So... I mean, it can be useful. It can be useful to be used against helicopters, right? I would prefer the double rockets. But yeah, if you want to kill a helicopter, what do you do? Because these are kind of shit against helos. If this was unpacked, this would be 3 per card. Anyway, Helm, Gazelle rockets. The FI toe's nice, but you don't really need it. You only get 2 per card, which is really dumb. It should be 3. Javelins and Rapier FSB1, okay. Especially with the SAS, right? SAS era AA. 3 cards of Infantry Recon. If you got rid of one of these, you could bring more planes. Or you could bring 6 more Rover Milans. 5 CVs is a bit low, actually. So yeah, I would get rid of one of these, whichever one you want. You've got the snipers. The snipers and the scouts have an overlap, right? So you get rid of one of those. Let's say you want the snipers. I would personally prefer the scouts, but let's say you want the snipers. Got 3 AP now, and now you can get you know, now you've got 7 CVs, which is a lot more useful in my opinion. 5 CVs is very low, especially for a div that relies on, flying around with its helicopters and all that. Because yeah, you could get the air mobile leader if you wanted instead, but you'd have to get rid of some more infantry, so not bringing the satchels can make sense because they come at no vet, so they just immediately lose their cohesion, and they're very hard to use properly. The better idea, if you're stuck in a town, is just to drown the enemy in air mobile pioneers, and all these guys have 2 machine guns, so they're not actually so bad. Not actually so bad. But yeah, no vet on the satchels is really like, why is that 8 availability when the like the ones like the Czech ones are 10? This is 8. All right, let's cast the game. Right, so with that out of the way, in terms of the map, red's on the good side because Echo is easier to defend than Foxtrot, except for at the start, and Papa is easier to attack than Alpha. Having said that, if you have airborne forward deployment at the start, these SAS can get in here at the start. So if your enemy has airborne forward deployment, the blue side has advantages. If this side has airborne forward deployment, it has advantages, and the advantages are the SAS can get to here before anybody can stop them. And they've got stingers, and so it's and AT4s, like it's very hard to shift them out because they just hide behind this and hide behind this, and then you can't really get in, do a bit of smoking. So if I was second UK, I would actually prefer to be on this side for that reason. He's not doing that though. Looking at the deployments, we got a ridiculously safe deployment here for those SAS. They're not going for this, and they're going for the build. Well, presumably the scouts are going in there. He's put all 3 of them next to each other, so if there was a bomber, it would kill all these. So you don't want to do that. And then so he is actually attacking here. He's just put them on the wrong road. So now it has to turn and turn and turn, whereas if it was on here, it would just stray in like that. Turning slows you down. So he is actually rushing, he's just doing it wrong. So we got 5 SAS there. 2 are being wasted, and 3 are being sent the wrong way. And we got some scouts on the left. The scout for the tower, as we spoke about. Milan 2 also, he's now put 4 units in this tiny little box here, so they can all die to the same thing. Rover Milan and CV for Papa, and then allegedly Echo. Then we've got 2 smoke mortars. Okay, at least he turned off the auto cell on the transports. Milan 2 for here, and a Rover Milan for here. Which begs the question, why you have a Milan 2 here? You know, it can also shoot this way, so it's a bit strange. Then on the right, we got a sniper and a scouts. So, I mean, realistically, Red could just come in here at the start and kill him. It looks like he's not doing that, but it is possible. Now we got 2 more Rover Milans. So yeah, an interesting deployment to say the least. Switching to his opponent, we've got an Eagle Opener, which is a terrible idea against 2nd UK. Because if he does heli rush you, if you fly your Eagle over him, the SAS should immediately kill your Eagle. So you don't want to be doing that. That's not a good idea. Big waste of points, basically. So he should instead have forward deployed AA with all of these, and that can either be the VADS, or the Avenger, or the Stinger teams. All of which he has brought, so he has access to all of those. So we got an Airborne Scouts on the far left here. 2 Airborne Dragons for mid. An ACAV Recon. Forward deployed CV for Alpha Zulu. And yeah, this guy did have 2 CVs, which I forgot to mention. I mentioned this one, but I didn't mention this one. It's going Bravo Foxtrot. And then you've got a 40mm Airborne Dragon Tow 2 going in this building. Okay. VADS and Scout going for the tower. So he's not overstacking his buildings, which is good. So let's cast the game. Right, so they're off. It is time for me to thank the generous channel joiners, generously joining the channel. They get their names on the screen, they get the videos early, they get members exclusive videos. One join at the lowest levels worth 2,000 views. So if you're feeling bad about your ad block, it's a great way to support the channel. Otherwise, please just like the video. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. That's what free means. They also get a Steam key for my GameHurst hero, but they do have to fill out the form, otherwise I don't know where to send it. Right. So the SAS are slowly making their way there, but you'll notice that these guys made it to here, right? So they would have been there by now. By now they would have been in. They would have beaten these there. But instead he went the dumb way, and so he might get there before this blows him up. The Saxons do have smoke. Yeah, because Spare didn't unload here, he unloaded here, so actually he gets to... yeah, I suppose it all worked out in the end. Will he unload the SAS? He does. He does have smoke on that Saxon. He does not press it. Just relies on the power of friendship to make his opponent miss. The ACAV is very nice against infantry because of its 152mm gun. Does a lot of suppression, as you can see. SAS just stood in the open getting shot. Like, this guy should have immediately ran behind there. This guy should have immediately gone behind the house. So this is not going very well for the SAS. You got to be very careful with them, otherwise they're going to die. And yeah, he's just sat around getting shot by the ACAV, so not ideal. Milan 2 gets the ACAV, should get the other one as well eventually, but I mean, these things are killing him. He's still just in the firing line there. So yeah, he's just taken mega damage. Both of these basically could have been full HP. So he is loading this one up, which is interesting. It does have smoke, so he could pop the smoke on it if he wants. I assumed he loaded it up so that it could... Okay, now he's running towards the enemy, so he can die faster. It does have smoke, so you can bring it... So he is saving one of them, which is good. You can't load them both in the same transport. It's not like in Broken Arrow, where it looks at the number of people and says, you know, if there's 1+2 and I have 3 seating capacity, then you can fit. It doesn't work like that in this game. It's just one unit fits in one transport, which is worse. Because, you know, he could have saved that one. I think what happened there is when it routed, it left the building in the front, and then it immediately unrouted because it's max spec special forces, and then he just didn't notice. So then when he right-clicked it, you know, he was at the front of the building. So yeah, the grenade launcher is pretty effective. The way to combat that would be a Warrior Milan, which he's not bought any of yet. It's really quite surprising. Eagle's about to run out of stuff. I mean, there's only one SAS here now, so it's not so useful. But yeah, this grenade launcher is just going to kill everybody with its invisible bullets that you can't see, and it's really lethargic sound. Just about see them there. So he's bought a Mega Arty piece to deal with it, and it has killed it. Although he's lost most of his... He's lost his Milan 2, for example. So, +2 to blue. What's red going to do about it? He's going to buy some more labs and stuff and come around on the left. This wouldn't be able to shoot him, so yeah, this hasn't been properly defended, like, whatsoever. So, it's not ideal. I mean, he can swing over the Lynx rockets. This has not run out of fuel yet. So they've got 4 minutes uptime. See that autonomy, 240 seconds. It's basically all fighters have that now. It used to be different. So this was in a dumb spot again. Could have just been behind there and it wouldn't have happened. So Lynx rockets managed to do a bit of damage though. They got a unit and a half, I guess. But yeah, losing the CV unnecessarily is not ideal. So he's getting a Bedford up, but it's not going for the Milan 2. He's got the Assault Pioneers, but the smoke stopped. So the Assault Pioneers need to be like in here. And yeah, this bomber, spoke about this in the deck review, is really, I mean, it'll probably kill him, but it's got a 3-minute reload and like the bombs are very small, so it's really not very good. I mean, it killed that. Obviously, if the other SAS had been alive, it would have died, but, you know, they're all sort of veterans. How do I put it? They've been wounded in combat. They have to return to the base and get healed up, just like in real life. So, yeah, I mean, Spares sort of managed to blunt this attack. I'll admit, STRYKER's really not helped himself. Buying this arty so early is kind of bad, and then, you know, he didn't really buy any Warrior Milans until now. He's clearly not been spending his income for a couple of minutes because all of this just came out at once. So, you know, you got to spend your income. And, yeah, Warrior's pretty decent against these VADs and grenade launchers and so on, right? The TOW2 will kill you, but... And the dragon will one-shot you. The thing is that you outrange the dragon by 500 meters, so that shouldn't be a problem. So yeah, the CV here is dead, if you recall. This one is also revealing itself. It's not actually behind the thing there. So that's the end of the tick. Whereas if it, you know, if he just kept smoking and that CV had been here, it wouldn't have died, and this would now be contested, and he'd be on a +1. So you see the Warriors are doing quite a bit. But yeah, the TOW2 will one-shot them, so he's got a smoke here, but he did not, so he's dead. Presumably this is going to shoot the... Okay, he's going on the CV. TOW2 moving after it shoots, that's a very good idea, you do want to do that. We've got some people dying in the transports here. But yeah, if Red gets to here, it's kind of hard to push him out. Obviously, if you've got this many guys just sort of arriving at once, you can do the trick, but yeah, he needs to micro stuff better. Like, he needs these two here to shoot the Sheridan, because, you know, the UK doesn't get dragons or whatever. In real life, the Milan 2 has like half the range of a TOW2, but the Milan 2 is French, so in this game it's got very similar range to a TOW2. Basically, the Milan should be more of like a dragon unit than a... You know, another unit, an big long-range ATGM unit. The way this game works, whoa, is you know, they claim historical accuracy, but they're always willing to bend it in certain situations. Like the Minstrel Manpad is basically like the Javelin LML in real life. It's got a tripod. It's really heavy. The Javelin LML can't enter buildings. The Minstrel is a super manpad. And then, yeah, you've got the Milan 2, 2 kilometers range. TOW2, 4 kilometers range. In this game, almost the same range. This is a 2450 and this is 2625. But then they didn't add the Leclerc, which would have actually been nice to see, so... So yeah, he needs to, you know, actually resupply these, right? I mean, he's got this supply back here. He could send them all there and heal them up, because if he sends them all out at once, especially with some recon like this, you know, as soon as this shoots, it'd be visible, and then he could whack it with all the gazelles. Now, or the lynxes. The interesting thing about the lynx rocket is it has 6 HP, so it can survive a stinger round. This guy knows it, that's why he's so cool, calm, and collected. Incredible. So, yeah, Little Bird's out, and, you know, usually the SAS would just kill that, but he's put it on a move order, not an attack move order, so it's not stopping to shoot its stinger. But yes, oh, there you go, he's figured it out. So yeah, I don't know about the Little Birds, I don't think they're very useful, because they can't survive a manpad hit and so on. But, you know, if they get through on an unprepared flank or whatever, they can do a lot of damage. So look, it's closed into range with its miniguns now. The miniguns used to do a lot, and they just don't do that anymore, so... But yeah, he's got all these, and, you know, he's got this supply. He could very easily just heal, you know, give all these their rockets back, come over here and just kill all this, but... He's choosing not to do that. Over on the left... We've got some. This is a nice combined arms force. You got the, you know, the Infantry AT, the CV, the AA, the you know, the quote unquote tank, and the LAV. So that's good. It would be nice to have like an extra infantry unit in here, like so. Get instead of this, if that was just Airborne Dragon 2 in a Humvee or whatever, that got into here, that would be useful. So yeah, it looks like he's so do you see how he's not sending the CV in until he's ready? It's very important, actually, because you only get one chance at this. Although usually there'd be somebody here and they would spot you as soon as you came out of the forest. So you'd have to do it from here all at once. But yeah, as soon as you put the CV in, the enemy's going to know, and he's going to react to it, because it comes up, beep boop, CV, zone lost. It's kind of hard to ignore, although, you know, takes all sorts to play Warno, right? There are people who don't notice. And so as soon as that CV goes in, then it's they're going to react. So you got to make sure that because he had, you know, this was here for a while, right? And he made sure he got the AA before he sends in the CV, which I think is a good idea. Warriors dropping off way too close here. They're probably just going to get dragoned. So he needs to smoke right now. Chooses to... oh, actually, I think it missed beforehand, but, you know, still, it was good. Good. So yeah, second UK, still a decent div. It's just, you know, if you don't see the video, if you don't see the division played for a little bit, people just start thinking it's bad, even though it's not. Like, second UK is better than second Airborne. Because it gets the Warrior Milans, which are useful. The Lynx rockets, right? The FITO is kind of garbage. It's only 2 per card, which is really dumb. So we got double HE here, and he's put both the SAS in one building again. So they're probably all going to die now. Yeah. And did you notice they missed? Right? You're going to be like, why did they miss? They're mega giga SAS. Manpads. If you drop it like right on a manpad with a dive bomber and there's terrain in the way, it tends not to hit you, because the missile can only bend so fast, and if you fly right over, you'll shoot and it won't bend enough, and it'll just be like a free miss. So that's an advantage of dive bombers over high altitude bombers against stingers and stuff. So realistically, you know, he should not have had them both in the same building. Not sure why this one didn't shoot, probably because it was behind this, so you couldn't even see it. So there should have been one there, and, you know, one there, I suppose. And the other thing is you sort of want them a little bit further away, but they're the SAS, so they need to be near the front to fight people, I suppose. And yeah, we've still got... Okay, so he's finally doing this, which is good. You need to switch off the fuel as well, because you lose loads of supply to the fuel, which you don't really need to restock. Like, obviously, if you start running out of fuel, go for it. Next thing is this could have a CV next to it, but I think both of his Well, he's still got a rover left he could buy. The thing is, you want it as close to the front line as possible. You know, so like up to here at least, because it lowers the dispersion, which is very useful. So, what happened to Spare's CV in here? Did it die, or is it this one? Either way, he's taken this zone now. So the tick has stopped. So the Lynx rockets are back, and typically you'd want, you know, like a transport one in front and a recon one somewhere, but and you want to spread them out a little bit more than this, because this is going to damage multiple of them. So did you see how they all took suppression and damage there from that? That's why. Interesting. He's given that an attack order instead of a land order. And he's given that an attack order instead of a land order as well. But the Lynx rockets in mid cleaned out mid. Thing is, Red's taken this. And he's reinforcing it. Which, incidentally, is probably why there's nobody here. So, is he going to buy another CV, or is he going to try and drive that one all the way back? Because the next thing to do once you've taken this is to take this, right? And then take that. And Blue has not done anything about it. I don't think he's noticed. I'm getting the impression he hasn't noticed. I don't watch these ahead of time. So that was fortunate that that didn't just die there. Well, it's got less than 50% accuracy, so maybe not. I don't. So what the hell is he doing? He just keeps giving random attack orders everywhere. So we got. Okay, he's noticed, but he's not noticed this, or at least he's not doing anything about it. He's got a bunch of guys just hanging out everywhere. Where's the war at, eh? Is that from Wargame Red Dragon or Steel Division 2? Can't remember. It's a very beautiful game. Not sure why the moon is so small, but whatever. Maybe that's how it looks in Germany. So yeah, these are just auto-selling down here, so he's just losing them because they're driving past this. And I still think, like, you don't sell these. Or you sell that one because it's almost dead. But yeah, this you would send in front of the Lynx rockets. But yeah, surely he should be trying to do something. I don't think he's noticed. I mean, we've seen from his actions that he's, you know, severely cognitively impaired, so I don't think he's noticed that this has been taken. So yeah, good job for Spare. Now we can, I mean, he could push this way. Obviously, he doesn't see what we see, but he has recon helos, which he's not bought yet. So you could just send that out here, and if it dies, it dies. You know, it's like 30 points. And you just fling it over this. Oh, there's nobody there. And then you just send these out, right? Get that little bird to kill this. Get these up to like there and there. And then you're in. The alternative, of course, is to walk back into Echo. Like, he's not bought a CV for Echo for whatever reason. Because he owns this, right? But no CV. So I'm not sure what's going on there. And yeah, it's getting reinforced, but once again, our man STRYKER here has not learnt from his accident with the SAS and over here, right? He needs to not put multiple people in the same building, because they all die at once. Yeah, I'm unsure why there's no CV here for Red, for Echo. I mean, it's definitely not dead. He has 4 of these, and this is the first one I've seen. There might have been another one here that died that I didn't notice. Right, so the great noticing has happened, but he's only sending a few of his guys, and there is an AA piece here, so... And, well, he's got the recon helo at least, and this will fire 8 rounds before it needs to reload. It's literally the perfect tool to deal with this. Phantom wasn't even right-clicked on it, so that just dies straight away. And they all need to focus the Avenger. They've all just wasted their rockets on not Avenger targets, and now the Avenger should just kill them all. Seems to be having some problems doing that. Very strange attack. I mean, you'd assume these would be in there with him, right? And so on. And you'd unload this so it could get some shots off on this as it goes past. And then you'd get the arty on that AA piece. No, the arty is shooting a... Presumably one of these used to be in there. Yeah, I mean, so 2nd UK used to be a kind of... It used to be like 2nd Panzergrenadier or 6Y, where you just switch your brain off, press the button and win. You don't have to think or do anything. Or like 5E. 5E's still somewhat like that. But now you really gotta think about it, and it's not good in every matchup, because like there are a lot of matchups where the helicopters, you can't really use them. I do think it has the advantage over 82nd Airborne, but if you're just monging out, then obviously it doesn't. So, because yeah, like we've still got like a bunch of units over here. So he's not smoking, he's not buying it. He's got a little bit of AA, I suppose. So he gets that, but he lost the CV. He lost 2 CVs because this one got shot and he just didn't move it. So, I mean, should be fine for Spare to just kind of sort this out. Although he's just refusing to buy a CV for here. I don't understand why. He owns this, right? You just walk in there, oh, there's nobody in here, okay, and then you just get this behind there, and, you know, maybe it gets shot by an RT piece, and it's got 12 HP, so you just move it. It's very sad to witness. So now we've just got a CV just walking around. We could send this to come kill that. But yeah, at least he's moving this over. That might, well, don't think it will be able to hit it. And yeah, so he pops his smoke, but the Harrier, no, the Harrier couldn't see him. So we spoke in the deck review about how he brought the Harrier 1 instead of the Harrier 2, or the Rocket 1 instead of the Rocket 2. These things have a bad turning circle, so because he clicked off it there, it just said I'm going all the way around. So yeah, you hate to see it. I mean, this is an absolutely inspired game, I gotta tell you. So, I mean, it looks like Red can just walk in here now, I suppose. I mean, that this didn't die, and you know, this has no rounds left, and these guys have just been here all this time. Would have been somewhat useful, right? There's no AA here, but what can I say? What can I say? So the arm rifle's probably going to miss because of the low cohesion. It wouldn't even one-shot it, because it's only got 13 AP, it's got 2 armor, so... It would need 14 because it's got 8 HP. If it was 10 HP, it needs 16. So we got the rockets coming out, and then it's just a question of what happens with this Avenger, because obviously that should start shooting, and then they should all shoot it. But I think what's going to happen is the Avenger's just going to shoot them all one at a time, and he's not going to do anything about it, like last time. And I appear to be proven correct here. Phantom beats the Eagle, okay. Are they not going to shoot at the... like an auto-targeting problem, that. Because he was low cohesion, they prioritised the full HP Sheridan over the low HP... There we go! There we go. So we're seeing improvement in real time as the neurons link themselves together. But yeah, so okay, so he's finally bought a CV, and it's for Foxtrot. Which is understandable given the circumstances, but wouldn't you want to take, wouldn't you want to cap Echo and then send it to Foxtrot? Maybe I'm desynced, and this is actually owned by Red. Maybe he's colorblind and he doesn't know. That's like, these things are always possible, right? This might just look the same as that one to him. So the Lynx rockets are doing decent work. But yeah, he split the Gazelle rockets and the Lynx rockets, and then although you know, the This did die, somehow. Not sure if this killed it, perhaps. Needs to smoke here, Dragon 2 one-shots you. Or just rely on luck. So that Airborne Dragon should go. Like, this is a nice arty piece. It's just not as good as the M110s, which only cost 30 points more, and they're just way better. So it's very hard to justify that, but obviously you don't get the M110s, so you get what you get. So this Rapier's dead. So instead of reinforcing this one, he just bought another one. And now he's probably going to buy another one again. So these are still forgotten about. Still, yes, finally. We've got a CV coming in for Echo. So Humvee CV going for Foxtrot. And it looks like Red's going to start getting some points on the board. The thing is that this is now going to drive into here, so... I mean, it's just crazy. Like, there's so many units back here just not doing anything. So he's noticed these now. So that's good. This will trade, I suppose. But sooner or later, this CV is going to get in this zone. And what a glorious day it'll be. Okay. Phantom's going for the little birds. And yeah, you know, you can just switch off the auto cell, unload it, kill him. Although it depends on the range, right? I don't think he would actually be in range when I said. Like, he's in range now. But if you look at the rate... Oh, it just shows you the ground range. So, Airborne leader coming in, and the first thing you should do is not leave it here, because the RT always shoots this, so you'd want to hide it there or something. Having said that, I think your opponents will see you do that, so the alternative is to leave it right in the corner, and as soon as the RT comes in, you pull it back, but you got to be paying attention. Yeah, I mean, you'd sort of expect that, right? He flew over the Rapier, and it's 2v1. So, Rover now going down the same road, and he dies right next to his buddy, the Rapier FSB-1. Lynx rockets drove into the VADS, even though they saw it kill his buddy. You know, the thing that was here, was it a Halam or a... It was something died here, right? So this is going on the... This needs to take off, put it on low altitude, or this guy's just going to shoot an AT-4 at it. But, well, it's going to get hit by the VADS. You need to have it on low altitude. Well, there it goes. So, you would expect the Air Mobile to win that fight. At least it didn't get hit by the AT-4. Generally, you know, when you ask people about this, they'll be like, oh yeah, well yeah, obviously. It's just a case of doing it in the moment. And of course, it's very easy for me to sit here with my cup of tea and my can-do attitude and just flame everybody. And that's what I intend to do. So, obviously, yes, it's a lot harder to play. And certainly, like, even if I watch my own gameplay back, I'm like, oh, why didn't I do that sooner? Why did I do that? That was dumb. And incidentally, that is why you should watch your own replays. Some people refuse to do it, and that's fine. Stay bad. Otherwise. So, Lore 80, these only have 3 armor, so... Although he missed that second one. It's only got 14 rounds, but obviously rather it didn't hit you. The main thing to do would be to bring up the javelins. But yeah, the Lynx rockets are back. Question is, can he deal with that Eagle? Sniper's going to slowly kill that VADS. They do have their place, the snipers. It's more of an opportunity cost thing. You only get 3 of them, so... in a card. And they are useful, it's just that you're losing out on 6 regular scouts instead of those 3 snipers. But the 3 snipers can be useful. As I've been improving in the game, I've started to gain appreciation for things like this. The other main one are those 3 per card AA helos, like we were talking about in the deck review. A lot of divs get those, and they really because my initial thought was, like, you want to get 3 of them, they die straight away, and then that's it. But if it wins the opener for you, it's worth it, right? In the same way that, you know, the whole point of an Airborne division is that it wins the opener and then just sits there. So winning the opener is very important. And if you do it well, then, you know, they survive and you pull them back, and then they can kill more planes. It's like having, you know, 3 extra stingers. So he turned away there, which he shouldn't have done, right? Once it's on you, you just got to go straight into it. I'm not sure it would have made a difference there. I mean, the thing just dodged. I suppose this one didn't. These two didn't shoot, but. So yeah, red on the +2. 11 minutes left. And I don't really see how blue comes back from this. I mean, he's got loads of guys here, but 1 grenade launcher just kills them all. He could get back in here if he wants, but he's got to use the smoke. Like, he bought the smoke, so he clearly had that in mind, right? Oh yeah, I should smoke, so the ATGMs don't get me and the grenade launchers don't get me, and that worked when he did it, but he sort of, like, he did it maybe a couple of volleys at the start of the game, and they haven't fired since, and it's obviously, this is one of those things where it's like way easier said than done on the, he didn't have to smoke there, he could have just reversed behind the building. It's way easier to say you're going to smoke than smoke. Like, I've lost games because I bought smoke marker and I just didn't use it. And if I had used it, you know, my CV wouldn't have died. I probably would have won, so. It just depends how much sleep you've had and so on. So, okay. So he needs to make sure he evacs this way. Yes. And this is the issue with those 4 HP helos, and it's the same with those AA helos. The bombers could come past and just lob one at them while doing the bombing run and just kill them. The thing is that, you know, they're 80 points, and it's mainly for winning the opener, and they do win the opener, those 3 per card AA helos. Unless you show up into the enemy's 3 per card AA helos, or if the enemy's got ground-based FDAA, Challenger should survive that, and it does. And he hits the next one as well. I don't, for whatever reason, this took more damage. I'm not sure why. This one must have had it was like a very near miss or something. I don't understand why he keeps turning away. I mean, he got it, which is quite surprising. You'd expect these two to clean up. This is out of ammo again. As is this, which has just been out of ammo for fucking ages. Big airwaves coming out here. And yeah, could you imagine if these had ammo? What a world that would be. They'd be shooting. Incredible, right? But yeah, it looks like red's just going to continue to... Oh, okay, he's doing this. So that's stunned, which is good. And then if he pops his smoke now, he should be okay. But he's got to pop his smoke. He can't just sit there, because if he dies, I'm going to blow my brains out. So the Challenger is the worst anti-infantry tank in the game for, you know, for the price, because it's only got 1 MMG. In real life, it has 2, but they only put 1 on the model, and instead of fixing it, because they used to have 2 on the stat card, and it would fire with 2, and it was just firing from an invisible place. So instead of fixing it, that was a decent bombing run. I mean, he sort of missed everything, but he got the CV, and that just do you know what I mean? Like, you could just hide behind this, and yeah, this guy can still shoot you, but well, you're there anyway getting shot at, so hide behind this, or just the smoke mortars, you know, but... No, I appreciate that, you know, these people, they probably go outside and stuff like that, but, I mean, really. So rank 1,255 with a 40% win rate. Like 798 with a 44% win rate. So, you know, if you're a newer player in the game, because these guys have not played many games. This guy has. This guy watches Hippie YouTube videos, this guy doesn't, and that's as simple as it gets. So if you want to have 73 games and beat a guy quite easily who has, you know, 1,176 more games than you, then watch this video that you just watched. But yeah, I thought it was good air superiority control from the 82nd player, right? Um, there was a couple of things like he didn't bring the CV in early enough, but he did everything right. It was just kind of slower. And now that CD only has seven, like he's playing a lot better than I did when I had 73 games. That's for sure. So I thought that was pretty good. But we don't know how many games they've had until the game ends. This striker guy certainly needs to, get enough sleep and do enough exercise and stuff because there's clearly some disconnect there if you've played 1,000 games and you're this terrible. Anyway, I hope you have a lovely day. GG.